Hello, hello, hello. Once again, this is Emerson. Once again, this is Emerson. Hey, listen, I need y'all to smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Why? Because when you do that, talking about the subscribe button, you'll get instant notifications each time I drop a video, keeping you informed as to exactly what my opinion is about any given subject. In this case, we're handling the NBA, particularly the Miami Heat. Let's get it popping. Remember, hit the subscribe button. Let's do this. Listen, in my humble opinion, I really like what the Miami Heat did this year. By adding Kyle Lowry, that's going to add toughness at the point guard. That's going to add shot-making ability at the point guard position. They've got some solid guys. I'm looking here at Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo. They've got Dwayne Dedmon. He's a solid 7-footer. I wouldn't call him an all-star, but he's solid. He's solid. He's a role player. They still got Tyler Hero. They still got Markieff Morris, or they have Markieff Morris, and they've got Victor Oladipo. I'm kind of worried about Victor Oladipo because he's often injured. Unfortunately, after leaving OKC, he's just been one injury after another. Personally, I feel bad for him because if you grind enough to get to the NBA, it takes a lot of hard work and dedication, I imagine, and I hate the fact that you have to go through stuff like that, but it is part of life. It is part of the NBA. I like Duncan Robinson. I like the addition of P.J. Tucker. I think that's going to give you some added toughness at the power forward position. I think that it's a great thing to compile all of this talent. However, I don't like the fact that the Miami Heat basically have two centers on this roster. And one of those centers is really a power forward just playing out of position. That's going to be Bam Adebayo. The guy is only 6 feet 9 inches, and his weight is at 255. He is an agile player. He is effective against certain centers. Smaller centers that like to stay to the outside. Do you really think that he's going to be able to handle the Joker? Does anyone think that he can handle Hassan Whiteside? Does anybody think he can handle, Joel Embiid or any of the top name big centers like even Karl Anthony Towns or even a JaVale McGee? He's just too small. And again, he's playing out of position. Now, he is a great facilitator. He's good at what he does, but I just think you need another center. And if your main center is going to be Bam Adebayo, you'll win a lot of games. You won't win a championship with that. You just won't. And so, all things being equal, and unfortunately it's not equal, I think you have to add a center. Up front, your talent is great. Again, you have Kyle Lowry. You do have Jimmy Butler. I'm looking here. You have Tyler Hero. You have Duncan Robinson. I just think that you need guys behind you. And because remember, Tyler Hero, not a great defender. Duncan Robinson, definitely not a great defender. Neither one of them. Victor Oladipo, again, while he's a solid defender, he's not great. And number two, he's not always available due to, I would say, no fault of his own. It's just happenstance. And so, you've got P.J. Tucker, who I imagine at certain times they're going to play at power forward / center. Well, listen, P.J. Tucker is all of 6'4", 6'5". We pretty much got a taste of, what he can do and what he can't do. Now, don't get me wrong. He won a championship with the Milwaukee Bucks last year. But let's be realistic. If he had to play against his old team, you really think he's doing anything with Brook Lopez? I think not. Brook Lopez has shown you he can shoot the three, and he's also shown you he will back you down if he have to. PJ Tucker ain't doing nothing with that, and everybody knows it. You think PJ Tucker could guard Giannis? They're both power forwards, supposedly. That's not happening. And so we need to keep things in their right perspective when we talk about possibly winning the championship. Again, I like the additions. I do. But you got to finish the job. You got to get me a center in there that's going to be available, number one. And number two, he's got to be strong at something. He can't be a Dwayne Dedmon who is basically, no disrespect, but he's a journeyman. Started out with the Spurs, I believe. You know, he was one of those guys that Popovich was able to turn, find a gem in the haystack. Okay, fine. I get it. But there's levels to this. And right now, he is not going to be the answer. And neither is Bam Adebayo primarily because he's playing out of position if you play him at the center. He is a solid power forward he's agile enough to defend centers at times, depending on who it is and how their game is, as I mentioned. He does not need to be your primary center. And if he is, then your expectations have to be lowered as far as how far you can reach. That's just my opinion. And again, Markieff Morris, one of the other twin brothers, his brother's Marquise. Again, a solid guy, solid power forward, but again, I'm not sure he's a center. I'm not sure he's a starter. So realistically, I don't know what the starting lineup is going to look like on this team. I just don't. And if any of you know, please drop it in the comment section. And like I said, let's get started with this conversation. Let's keep it rolling, and let's see what we come up with. Udonis Haslem is still on the team. My opinion is he's there solely for a veteran locker room presence. That's to help these young guys get and stay focused on the task at hand. I must say that I actually applaud Pat Riley and the organization for keeping him around. I don't know that I would keep him around in that capacity, meaning I don't know if I would utilize a roster spot to keep him around. I personally would make him an assistant coach in some capacity, or somewhere else, perhaps the front office in the organization if he has the qualifications to do that, to keep him in the organization, and use that roster spot to go out and get a center. A 7-foot center who can move. And I don't know who that is at the moment because I don't have the free agent list in front of me, but DeMarcus Cousins come to mind at this particular time. That's just one. He's not going to cost you much. Again, if he's a free agent, I'm not sure if he's signed with the team yet or not, but it's something that they should probably look into, or maybe they did and they just didn't like what they saw. I don't know. But again, I don't know that I would use Udonis Haslem to, at 41 years of age, at 6'8", to occupy one of my roster spots. That's just me. Anyway, if you agree or disagree, leave a comment in the comment section. And also be sure to smash the like button and the subscribe button, because when you do so, you know what happens. Y'all already know. Say it with me. You get an instant notification. That's exactly when I drop a video. You know when I do it. And trust me, videos are coming.